Good afternoon. Thank you again for having us today. So there's a lot of different ways that we help kids through the schools that we're at. First of all, the mission of CARRY is to help promote safe schools and safe communities, and we feel like we can do that through the individual students that we come in contact with. We're working with very targeted youth. We're not just deciding on certain children for different reasons. They have to have referrals for aggression, abusive behaviors, and then in addition, disposition to go along with that. So similar to what the video was saying, just a really prevention-focused intervention that is aimed to keep kids from that slippery slope of the juvenile justice system. And I'm sure that you'll hear from the students, and so I don't want to take too much time because I think that they'll have more to say about that. But I want to turn it over.
Again, I'm Sally Engel. I'm a psychotherapist here in Austin, and I work with CARRY this year in a new position as a bully prevention specialist. And but I've worked for them for several years as a youth advisor, like my coworkers here. And we do a year-long intervention with the kids. When they've been referred to us through their assistant principals or their counseling teams, we'll work with the kids in groups as well as individually doing coaching. We reach out to the families to have them be involved, and we do some case management throughout the year. We actually are very excited. This year we have a new curriculum that we're starting with. We've been using the PACT, Positive Adolescent Choices training, but this year we're using something called aggression replacement training. And this has been in use in the United States since the early 80s, and US and Canada since about 1987. And it's a very well researched program that works in kind of three prongs. And one of those is to really teach kids the social skills so that they know their behaviors are a choice and that they have choice with how they're going to interact with people. So that if they get frustrated or upset, which all of us do, anger is a natural, healthy thing that happens to us, they have choice with how they're going to deal with that anger, how they're going to express that anger, and how they're going to let their relationships be impacted by that. And we also, a portion of this is anger control in itself, and that teaches the kids how they can internally recognize when they're going to get angry, when they are getting angry, and how they can de-escalate that anger. And another component we're really excited about in the ART, aggression replacement training, is the empathetic reasoning, and this is based on Kohlberg's levels of moral development. And it teaches kids that there are different ways to think about situations just from their own perspective. And so that encourages them really to be able to understand that both people have something that they're bringing to a situation, and it lets them think about what kind of choices they want to make, reflecting how they might like those choices to be made, as if they were on the opposite side of the fence.
Okay. My name is Wesley Vincic. I'm a youth advisor for CARRY. I was at Betachek Middle School in South Austin last year, and this year I'm at Pierce Middle School and the Alternative Learning Center. And just to give you a few facts about CARRY, we're located in 5 middle schools here in Austin. We're at Betachek, we're at Dobie, we're at Webb, Garcia, and then we're at Pierce, and then we also have somebody at the Alternative Learning Center. Like Shana was saying, our targeted population are students with violent and aggressive discipline incidences, so those are things like rude or aggressive things towards adults or students, fighting, physical aggression, things like carrying weapons on campus. And in addition to that, we also target those students with those incidences that have specific dispositions, which are specific disciplinary consequences for those that are deemed serious, so like suspensions or in-school suspensions or ALC removals. So we're targeting students that have those discipline incidences, but the ones that are deemed kind of high risk within that category. We do group and individual meetings with the students. In groups, we use the ART, the aggression replacement training, and an individual counseling component. We do mentoring with the students. We do some goal setting with the students and kind of just some crisis management if just different things are happening on school. We have an after-school component that we also do some service learning projects with the students, in addition to doing service learning with our groups. This year we're starting, we've had parent involvement with our students in the past, mainly doing parent contacts during the summer. But this year we're starting something called parent empowerment workshops, where we're trying to get parents to come to these workshops once or twice a month, where they learn, they'll learn some of the skills that the students are learning, and they'll do some different activities and stuff that are meant to help the parents and families connect better together. So with that said, I want to introduce my two students that I brought from Beta Middle School this year. They were involved in my groups last year. This is Keyshawn Ross and this is Brennan Miranda, and they're going to tell you just a little bit about some of the things they did in groups. So Keyshawn, you want to go first?
My name is Keyshawn, and I was in the groups at ALC and at Beta Check. I learned body language, how to communicate and without talking. And another one was goal setting, how to set goals. And one of my goals is to go to college.
Brennan, you want to go ahead?
Hi, I'm Brennan Miranda. I'm in Cary, and we have learned body language, how to talk, and verbal and nonverbal communication. We went to Oldham recently to work with kids 5th grade or 4th, one of those grades, on how to deal with bullies, how to stop fighting, and how to walk away and deal with anger.
I'd like to introduce an 8th grader from Dobie Middle School, Eduardo Salazar, who has been through the CARRY program. Go ahead.
My name is Eduardo Salazar, an 8th grader from Dobie Middle School. One of the things I learned on the CARRY group is how to control my anger and how to don't get a lot in trouble in school.
Very good. Very good. Well, let me close by saying we're going to be pleased this year to be working with Mr. Roger Jeffries and the Department of Justice and Public Safety. That will be a real pleasure working with them. We're prepared to close, or if there are any comments or questions, we'd be happy to entertain those at this time.